Okay, this is the first lesson for booklet A for chapter 8, solving linear equations. If these notes don't match what you're looking at in your booklet, you probably have opened the wrong video file, and I'm going to encourage you to close this one. Well, you can watch it if you want to, but make sure you're opening the right file. Okay, so for lesson 1, there we go. First thing I want to do is review some key terms. So we have an equation, 3y minus 5 equals 7. Sorry, I know it printed out really small on your notes, and it's actually quite light. 3y minus 5 equals 7. There. So we want to identify the different parts. So the constant, the variable, the coefficient, all that stuff. So first thing is, so A is pointing here, and so that is our variable. Okay, so the variable is always the letter. The 3, the number in front of the letter. Okay, that is a numerical coefficient, or sometimes we call it a multiplier, or just a coefficient, okay? I will probably use multiplier more often with you guys, so we don't mix it up with the constant. Okay, the next thing is pointing at the minus sign. And so the minus sign is telling us the operation. An operation like plus, minus. Okay. And then the last thing we have on the end, and we actually have 2 of them, these are each constants. So the minus 5 and the plus 7 are both constants. Okay, so that's just kind of a review of those key terms. Next thing we need to review are our algebra tiles. So we're going to look at some models. So just kind of a reminder. So for the models, we can have a minus 1 or a plus 1. We can have a positive x or a negative x. We can have positive x squared or negative x squared. In your printed work, positive is always shaded in and negative is always white. Sometimes you'll see them, the signs inside as well, but not always. Okay, so I want you to create a model for each of these equations. So in previous units, we've modeled expressions, but we haven't modeled equations. So we need 2x and we need plus 3. So here is 1x, here is 2x, and then the plus 3, that's plus 3 ones. Okay, and they need to equal to 5 ones. Okay, so that's just how we build it. If we build the second one, 3x minus 2 equals 1. So we have 3 positive x's. 1, 2, 3. Minus 2, so that means 2 negative ones. And they are equal to 1 positive 1. I know it seems silly that all of that stuff adds up to just a positive 1. So for yourself, I'm going to ask you to sketch these 2x squareds. So keep in mind, now we are talking about x squareds, okay? Minus 3x's equal 8. And then 6 minus 1x squared equals 3x. So I'm going to check how you drew those tomorrow. Okay, these ones. Now you need to write the equation from the picture. So we have a positive x. We have a negative 2, and we have, a positive 2, pardon me, and then we have positive 4. So that means x plus 2 equals 4. Okay? I'm doing this during the middle of the day, so class is starting, but we'll give it a second. Looking at the next example, we have 3 x's. Well, I guess technically these are, 3 x's. 2 white ones are negative 2, and they equal positive 4. So 3x, take away 2, equals positive 4. Okay, and again, I'm going to have you do these two on your own. So this part of your notes is probably going to be the most important, and you're going to want to use this page and refer to it pretty often. It should be the most helpful to you. So these are all words that we use to mean different things, and so the biggest problem people have,
could you please come to the office?
Other than announcements going off in the middle of our notes, is that when you read a sentence, you can't figure out how to take it from the sentence, from the words, to the math, to write the equation. So I'm hoping that this will help us. You're going to want to use this lesson again. I think it's lesson 4, where we do some word problems. So these are going to be very important for you, so make sure you hang on to them and look at them, okay? So just some keywords for adding or subtracting, some keywords for multiplying. The one we use most often for multiplying is of, and dividing, and then some words for equals. So if we say something is, or something will be, or these are, or these yield, these are some words that are telling you that it's telling you what it equals to, okay? So that there's an equal sign in there. So we're going to practice some of these, turning an expression into an equation. Okay, so the sum, so look for sum on your keywords, and sum is for adding, so the sum of 89 and, so and is another adding word, and a number, so that is telling us that it's something we don't know, so let's use n, is a word for equals 100. So the sum of 89 and a number is 100. Okay? So I want you to try B and C and D on your own, and then we're going to double check those. And on these last ones, same thing. I'm going to show you the first one, and then you're going to do the rest on your own. Okay? And so then we could say something like a number, and in this case, we're talking about K, is, and we could use one of our subtracting words, so we could say decreased, we could say less, we could say minus, we could say less than, take away. I'm going to say a number is decreased. This is kind of the easiest one to use. Decreased by 8. A number, oops, maybe not is. A number decreased by 8. Is 20. Okay, so again, try those last 3 and then we'll double check them together. And so this is it for lesson 1. So keep in mind that these pages, these practice questions, this is not 393 in the Math 9 textbook. It's in the printed page that I gave you. So just make sure you're doing the right sets of practice questions. So you're not doing, I think if you go to that page, you'll probably see something that has nothing to do with what we're dealing with and would be confusing to you.